Hello, everyone, and welcome to Birdview's weekly workshop. Our weekly workshops take place every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. We cover a variety of different topics each week, and you can register for our weekly workshops and other events like our monthly webinars through our website under the Events tab, or you can simply use the link that's displayed on the screen right now. I encourage you all to join as many of these sessions as possible so that you can learn tips and tricks on how to make the most of Birdview for your projects and for your work. With each session, we start off with a demo on the topic that we are covering, and then we save the last 10 minutes to go over any questions that you may all have. So please feel free to send in your questions in the chat. There's a Q&A section within Zoom, or simply raise your hand virtually and we'll get to those questions at the end of the demo session. All right, so our topic for today is Birdview's out-of-box business intelligence dashboards. So today we'll be going through each of the 7 common dashboards that we have within the business intelligence module in Birdview. And we'll then go over some points that are good to know about the business intelligence dashboards as well. All right, I'm just going to jump into the demo account now. So the business intelligence dashboards can be found under the BI tab right here on the left-hand side. Now, some of you may have accounts that do not have this. So a couple of things to remember is that the business intelligence piece of Birdview is available to only a specific type of license. And if you would like to have this within your account, you will probably see an option to upgrade, or you can always reach out to us and we will be able to give you some options as to how you can go ahead and upgrade your account to accommodate this feature. All right, so within the business intelligence piece, there are 7 embedded dashboards. These are dashboards that we can refer to as common dashboards that everyone will have access to within their accounts if you have the BI piece, again, as mentioned. So the first of those dashboards is the overview dashboard. So this is a dashboard that's going to give you access to the overall view of what's happening within the system. So most of your projects will be within portfolios. You can also look at things like the project status, the customer name that's connected to all of these projects, what the health schedule and budgets look like for these projects as well. So this is a dynamic dashboard, as is all of the dashboards within the BI piece of the system. What do I mean by dynamic? So as an example, let's take the trainings portfolio, all right? If I want to know more details about what's happening within projects within this portfolio, I'd simply click on trainings right here, and all of these graphs kind of update to indicate the status of projects within this. So the project status for the 2 projects that are part of the trainings portfolio is in progress. The customers that are connected to the projects within this portfolio are SwiftTech and Silver Star Productions. We can see that one of those projects is at risk and the other is on track. We can see that one of them is on track in terms of schedule and the other is requiring action. And we also are good on both projects in terms of budget. So it's going to give you details about that. Now, if you want to find out what exactly is happening with them, if you scroll down, you're able to dive deeper. You can see the project name here. You can see the customer name, the portfolio it's within, what the progress is. You can see now that the project that is at risk in terms of health and requires action in terms of schedule health is the employee training project, which is for the SwiftTech customer. So it's going to give you details about the graphs that you are seeing right here. You can go a different route as well. Let's say you want to take a look at all projects for a specific customer. let's say the Silver Star customer right here. I click on Silver Star, and then I can see which portfolio the projects for this customer are within, what is the status, again, the health, the schedule, as well as the budget. So this is a great overview of all of your projects within the system. We'll move on to the next dashboard, which is the project scorecard. So the project scorecard is excellent if you want to see what's happening to your project overall. So in this example here, we have a project that's already selected. You do have filters up here that you can take a look at as well. But in this case, the employee training project, we can see which portfolio it belongs to, the customer, project manager, the status. But more than that, it is also telling you where you're at in terms of the progress of the project, what is the duration in terms of days, how many estimated hours are have been added to this project, how many hours have been tracked, how many hours are left, and it's giving you a lot more financial information in terms of the budgets as well as the profitability. If I scroll down further, it's also giving you information on the billing, the labor cost, and the expenses, and it's showing you that discrepancy as well in terms of actuals as well as estimate at completion. Now, this is also a dynamic dashboard. As I said, you can use these filters to give you more information. And this is great to kind of get an overview, especially if you're looking at the financial information of a project. This is a great scorecard to take a look at. The next one we have is project summary. Now, while the two of these could seem or sound very similar, the scorecard focuses a lot more on financials, and the project summary focuses more on your activities within the projects. So here it's going to give you progress in kind of looks like a speedometer to me. So, just giving you what that percentage looks like in terms of the progress. It's going to let you know if action is required on any of these here. You do have a little bit of financial information in here, but more than that, it's actually giving you information on your activities that are overdue and what the status of those activities are as well. So again, you can use these filters. In this case, we're using the filter for project name, where we can see event conference. That's the name of the project. And I can always dive deeper. Let's say if I want to look at my overdue activities, and I select, let's say select venue. That's the activity I want to take a look at. It's going to tell me what the status of that is, and I can also see more details down here, whether it's a milestone or not, who's assigned to it, how many days is it late, what are the actual hours that have been tracked, have there been any estimated hours, and how many over budget hours do we have. In this case, we haven't, the assignee hasn't really worked on this task as yet, and that's the reason why these are coming in blank. You can also click on the URL option. So while you are looking at projects and tasks within this business intelligence view, you might want to jump directly to that project or task to make changes or edit or something like that. So you can simply click on this link right here, and it's going to take you to the activity center where you can take a look at the details of the project there. The next dashboard that we have is the baseline versus the actuals dashboard. Now, this is going to give you more information on where you are at when you create the project and capture baseline, and where you are actually at when you are working through the project. So you can filter these out as well based on portfolio. In this case, we have the sample project workshop social media marketing project that has been selected. And here, if you take a look at all of your tasks or activities within this project. It's going to list them out, and it's going to give you both options, where you are at in terms of the baseline, when the baseline was captured, and where you are currently at. So in this case, we are doing pretty well with this project. We can see that the baseline and the current line is in sync, which means that we are going according to plan with this project. Now, if we were to select another project here, we can see a discrepancy here where your baseline and your current is different, and we have details on why and what that's looking like in terms of the variance here as well. So this is a great option for you to take a look at if you want to see whether your projects are going according to plan in terms of the baseline. The next dashboard is the hours logged overview. So when you have your team members tracking time, if you need to take a look at who's tracking time for which project, which team, and which portfolio is tracking the most time, this is a great view to take a look at. Again, you do have your filters up here, so you can pick a specific assignee if you want to do it from right here, or you can even do it here as well. So let's say I want to take a look at Charlie's Lovely. I click on Charlie's Lovely, and it's going to tell me she belongs to Bridge 258. That's clearly the only team that she is connected to, and she is working on projects within workshop 258. That's the portfolio. These are all of the timesheets that she has tracked. It's going to tell you the portfolio, the customer, project, activity, the team, and also the entry date for that time that was tracked, if that was a billable timesheet or not, and the duration. If she were to have mentioned a description for that timesheet that she has tracked, then it's going to show up here as well. So this is this can be customized not just for the assignee, but let's say you want to take a look at all of the hours that are tracked for, let's say, the conferences portfolio. It's going to tell you that Brad and Will are the two assignees that have tracked hours on projects within this portfolio. They too belong to Bridge 119, just one of the teams within the system. And these are all of their timesheets. Let's say you want to take a look at projects or time tracked for a specific customer. So I'm going to pick Swift Tech right here. Nothing has been tracked for Swift Tech, so we can move to Virtuoso Marketing. You basically can take a look at any customer and see the time that was tracked for those customers. You can also mention a specific date range or a specific single date as well. The next dashboard that we have is the open activities end date overview. So this is basically giving you information for all of the activities that are open within the system. You can pick a specific date if you want to. So let's say I pick June the 6th. You can look at the tasks that were supposed to have ended on the 6th. We are after the 6th, we are on the 13th right now. And if these tasks are still open, you can see what status they're in, who's assigned to them, which project they are within, the customer, the portfolio. And once again, you have a list of optional filters up here as well. So it's a great overview for you to take a look at to see, there are a lot of red boxes in here, that you have a lot of tasks within projects that haven't been completed as yet. And finally, the last dashboard that we have is the utilization report. So this is going to give you what your utilization is overall for the entire team, as well as for individual people as well. So right now we have a utilization percentage by assignee. That's a graph right here. The hours logged is also available for you to take a look at, even though you have a separate hours logged overview. This is just some basic information that has added the utilization percentage as well. Utilization by month as well. So it's showing us May and April. And you can also, as I mentioned, choose from the filters to use. So let's say I pick, let's deselect all and just pick Charlie's right here. We can take a look and see the hours logged for Charlie's for April and for me. It's an overall total. What the billable hours were, what the actual hours were, and what that utilization was. And as a comparison, if I hover over this graph right here, we have two bars. One is the utilization for Charlie's, and the second is the utilization as per the team. So in May 2023, the utilization for the team was 98.47%. But for Charlie's individually, it's been 100%, which means that Charlie's has higher utilization rate as compared to the average for the team. So that's a good metric to know if you want to take a look at it for individual team members as well. All right, so that's the end of the demo part of the session. I do want to mention a couple of things that are important to know. So the first thing is that besides these 7 dashboards, if you have a requirement to either tweak these dashboards and add them to your account, that is a possibility, and we do scope your changes out, and we would then go ahead and estimate for you. And the second option is if you have a requirement that's not fulfilled by any of the dashboards that you see within these common dashboards, we can still scope those out and build them for you. Our Power BI team is a team that works specifically on change requests and new requests for these dashboards. So that's all they do. And we have a number of clients currently that that use these dashboards very regularly and have a ton of different requirements that this team fulfills. The second thing is that if you already have BI dashboards within your account and are using them, you would have noticed that the dashboards that I have demoed today are slightly different from what you might see within your account. And the reason is because we have recently revamped these dashboards and also added a couple of more dashboards. So the baseline versus actual dashboard and the project scorecard, those are the 2 dashboards that were not part of the original list. So if you would like to get an update to add these 2 and change the look of the other ones that you have within your account, please do reach out to us, and we'll work on making those changes within your account as well. All right, so do we have any questions on these dashboards? We have a question from class. Can charts be exported to images for easy insert into reports? The answer is yes. So as you can see here, we have the export to PDF option that's in here. You will see it for all of your reports. So they can be exported. And also another point to keep in mind is that all of these dashboards will be real time for you. So you will be able to to come in here and get an accurate description of what's happening. There are, in some cases, a slight delay to what you are seeing, and that's because we have an update at a specific period of time for each of these dashboards. But overall, as and when the team is working within projects, marking tasks as complete, adding their time, creating new projects and customers and things like that, all of that information gets directly updated within this business intelligence piece, and it's not something that you need to do on the back end for it to show up in here. All right, do we have any other questions that anyone would like to ask on this topic? All right, so for the next 2 weeks, we'll be focusing on customer success stories, and you will see how dashboards show the progress of projects. So how our clients that are using business intelligence and our system are seeing success with their projects. Once again, you can register on our website or simply use the link on the screen right now. You do have the option to sign up for all of the workshops in the reporting month and for future workshops as well. You can do that all at once. You don't have to do it individually for each week. So keep that in mind. Thanks everyone for joining today. I hope that this session was helpful. Your suggestions are always welcome. So please feel free to send in an email with your recommendations for topics that you would like to see in the future. As well as if you have any requests in terms of the business intelligence module within your accounts, if you want to get those updated, or if you need us to scope out any new dashboards within the system as well, please do send in your emails to success@birdviewpsa.com. All right, thanks everyone. Have a nice day. See you next week.